Okay, so let us now figure all the properties of a parallel circuit, and let's do an example. Okay, so we already know what a parallel connection between different resistors will look like. That there are two properties that we need to understand. One is that each resistor in parallel essentially gets the same voltage. Now if you look at this circuit, okay, if you look at R1 is directly connected to this voltage source. Okay, so it gets the voltage R1. Similarly, R2 is directly connected to the voltage source, and hence it has the full voltage of delta V, and so on and so forth for each element that is in parallel with the resistors and that are all connected to the voltage source. So this makes things very easy. Now on the other hand, you notice that the current is going to get split. So as you know, once the circuit is complete, some current flows, some current I flows in here, and that is going to get split between the things because it's going to branch off into various branches depending on the values of the resistors. Okay, so you have I1, I2, I3, and so on and so forth. So we understand a few simple things. Okay, once again, what we'll do is we'll derive an expression for the effective resistance for resistors connected in series. Now what we'll do in this case, we'll use the property of the current, that I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus dot dot dot. Okay, and what this tells us is that from Ohm's law, I is delta V over R, and I1 is going to be delta V over R1, and I2 is delta V over R2, and so on and so forth. Now here we see that the delta V's can all can be divided out. We end up getting 1 over R equals 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus dot dot dot. So this gives us the effective resistance for a series of for a bunch of resistors connected and parallel with each other. Okay, let's apply this to an example. Okay, let's again use our resistors 10 ohm and 15 ohm connected in parallel with a 9 volt supply, and let us ask the same questions. Okay, what is R effective? Then second is current through each, and then third will be voltage across each, and then we can also find the power delivered to each. So let's see how to do each of these parts. So part A, let us figure out the effective resistance. We know that these guys are connected in parallel, so my effective 1 over my R effective is going to be equal to 1 over 10 plus 1 over 15. Okay, so here we can do the algebra very easily, rather the arithmetic. 1 over 10 plus 1 over 15, the least count multiple happens to be 30, and I get 3 plus 2 here, which gives me 5 over 30, okay, which is equal to 1 over 6, and this implies that R effective is going to be equal to 6 ohms. So we get this. Okay, so one of the things that you need to understand is that the effective resistance of resistors connected in parallel will always be less than the lowest possible resistor. Part B and C. What we'll do is I'm going to actually do part C first because it's the easier question to answer, because we know that every resistor connected in parallel gets the same voltage. Okay, in this case, clearly the 10 and the 15 are directly connected to the 9. So I know delta V9, delta V10 is equal to delta V15, which is equal to 9 volts. Alright, now we can answer B, where I10 is going to be equal to delta V10 divided by 10, which is 9 over 10, which is 0.9 volts. And then I15 is delta V15 over 15, which is 9 over 15, 0.6 volts. Now here you see that the lower resistance gets the higher current, okay, which makes sense because the current wants to travel along the path of the least resistance. Okay, the 15 ohm is a higher resistor, and hence it gets a lower value for the current. Now part D is P10. We can use I squared R, which gives me 0.9 squared times 10, and this happens to be 0.81 times 10, so it is 8.1 watts. And then P15 happens to be equal to 0.6 square times 15, and this happens to be equal to 5.4 watts. Great. So now we have all the stuff. Now what I'd like you to do here is compare this circuit with the one for the series connection. In the series connection, we had the 10 and the 15, the same two resistors connected in series. The current there was less than what we had here. The power also was very small. In fact, what we need to understand is in your homes, the connection that you have for various devices is a parallel connection. All the circuit elements are connected in parallel. Okay, as opposed to connect in series. Also, because if you connect things in series, one thing happens is that if you were to turn any one element off, then everything in that series branch will have to be turned off. Okay, we don't really want that in your home. You don't want the entire house to be gone when you turn a light off in a room. Okay, so everything in your house will be connected in parallel. All right, so that's about parallel connections.